You animals have actually watched the last video. That's inspirational. Next thing I'm gonna do is start selling a book. It is going to be called 15 Easy Steps to Lower Your Parents' Self-Esteem. So we have a blood stalker. Next thing we need is 2 basic dinosaurs, 1 human centipede played by none other than Doug Jones, and 1 Ron Perlman looking triceratops. Out scouting the lands, we follow a traditional hunter's trail that leads us to the Walmart version of Snow White. In other words, a sorority girl that's had too much to drink and is now sleeping in the bushes. Being a gentleman, we drag her out of the bushes and proceed to rob her blind. I still have not gotten around to getting a gym card at 24 Hour Fitness. One day, my friends. What were the odds that her gear would fit me? That's right, I'm looking all kinds of classy right now. Living the fancy life in my Anne Frank rat hole. So I forgot to record the soaking, but I assume everyone is fine with not looking at the triceratops getting pegged in the face on repeat for a while. Now most of the space seems like it was abandoned, to be honest. That being said, I'm not above a little dust gobbling to scavenge for scraps. So while we leave the human centipede here to do what he does best, let us talk about something more important. That's right, you thought you came here for a simple background series to watch. Well, you thought wrong. Now settle down and listen to our dear friend Ryan Reynolds explain a few things.
Gentlemen, how well do you know your happy sack? I'm sure you rummage around downstairs more than Mommy would like, but it's time you started paying attention to your favorite pastime, because that bag of beans bouncing around in your hand could be trying to kill you. What? Yeah, because testicular cancer is the most common form of cancer in men aged between 15 and 35. It's time to fight back. Hold each of your manberries, or as I like to call them, smooth criminals, in turn between your thumb and fingers. Give them a gentle roll around. Don't get too excited though. You're on a mission here. You also need to check the tubes around the back. That's the spermatic cord and epididymis, but I'm sure you knew that. If at any point you feel an unusual lump, size shift, or irregularity, don't ignore it like a man up and talk to your doctor. The alternative is not an option. Check those bad boys at least once a month after a bath or shower, so the next time you're shopping for one in the sexy salad section, remember to tweak the tomatoes before you go cucumber crazy. Haha, puns. Okay, ladies, listen up. If you catch your man with his hands down his pants, blame me. I've been telling him to check his walnuts for lumps and bumps so he can give testicular cancer a kick in the balls. But my good deeds don't stop there. Did you know that 1 in 8 women will be diagnosed with breast cancer at some point in their life? So it looks like you've got some fumbling to do yourself. Watch this video and try not to think of me while it's on. Seriously.
Self-examination is an important part of detecting the early signs of breast cancer. And as well as having mammograms and regular checkups with your doctor, it's recommended that every woman checks herself at least once a month. Firstly, stand in front of a mirror to look and feel for noticeable changes, such as dimpling, size difference, or nipple discharge. Hold your arms in 4 different positions: at your sides, overhead, hands pressed on hips, and leaning forward. Next, lie on your back with a pillow under your right shoulder and your right hand under your head. With your 4 fingers of your left hand, make small circular motions. Follow an up and down pattern over the entire breast area, under the arms and up to the shoulder bone, pressing firmly. Repeat using right hand on left breast. Finally, while bathing, raise your right arm and check your right breast with a soapy left hand and fingers flat, using the method described when lying down. Repeat this on the other side. Follow these simple procedures and let your doctor know if you find anything out of the ordinary. Thank you for watching, and good health.
There you have it, a film that could save your life with boobs. There's something for everyone. You're welcome, planet Earth.
You enjoyed that, didn't you? That's right, friends. Anyone else ever made you listen to a body checkup? I'm just looking out for your health, you crazy little hobbits. So as far as loot goes, we found a bunch of C4, made some cannonballs, and a cannon for future rock golem prospecting. We also gathered quite a few raw materials for other adventures down the road. So while dropping off the loot, I left the Bloodstalker in the water for a little bit too long. This may come as a surprise, but I would be a terrible father. But do you know who is a great father? That child lover Doris. Seeing as red meat is back on the menu and it is not going to be mine, we better take these newfound explosives and visit that guy to see what else he has managed to set up since our last encounter. While contemplating waterboarding my friend for kicks, it quickly strikes me that this is the only time Bill Cosby had the right idea. Drug the glorified swamp lover and break into his house again. Looks like he's out running around with the local beasts as is tradition. No waiting this time. While deciding to charge headfirst, I run into the little swamp lover and he's not happy one bit. I miss him with the stego tail sweep just to raise the suspense before I strap on my Hemingway plastic crossbow and go for a one-on-one on foot. However, some part of me is convinced this is a fist fight, and I've clearly watched too many Fight Club movies because Doris is having none of my shit and pulls out Frankie Silver. He has decided that he is not interested in the Bill Cosby scenario of this movie, and I end up having to put him down like Boromir in Lord of the Rings. Sean Bean really is just an amazing actor who has perfected the role of becoming a human corpse. That being said, good on him for finding his talent. Getting back to the entrance of the door, it seems the earlier placed C4 destroyed some of the turrets and has left some sprinting room. Doris is not having any of my shit, however, and has decided he wants to treat me like a witch from Salem. Knowing full well how this is going to end for me, I choose to take the honorable way out. What we do not see in the part of the video, sadly, is that Ron Perlman out here apparently picked a fight with Doris, and won. Meanwhile, I was still recovering from getting bamboozled. I get back to the body and fat finger my C4 down, getting rid of the last turret tower in the base. It is over, the raid was successful. That being said, Doris has one last fight left in him and decides he wants to go out in a blaze of glory. Bet it smelled like cigarette smoke and whiskey when this lovable homewrecker kicked the bucket. You will ride eternal shiny and chrome, friend. Once the beds are removed, this Jenga tower of a base is done. This loot was utter trash for the most part, so I'm going to fast forward a little bit. What should we talk about? What secret conspiracy would you like to start? I for one could see myself going with the Queen of England being an immortal alien, or perhaps that we all have a clone ready to replace us. Do you have any suggestions? I am going to let you think about it shortly. Time for better content. Now to quickly let the centipede eat the vault and find out what we really got from this raid. Turns out Doris is overextending his abilities worse than a dislocated elbow because that man lacked imagination. If his only choice of a murder weapon was a hatchet when his vault clearly gave him access to some genocide utilities. I however thank them for their participation and will make good use of my new Bloodstalker, My greedy ass will also find a use for these other dinosaurs. Dandy Longlegs over here however is giving me bad vibes, starting his introduction by sprinting to the other side of the swamp. Turns out he has been set to cranky and angry mode, and that can be resolved rather quickly. I look forward to being a fully responsible adult with this six-legged friend. Thank you for watching and see you in the next one.